Hello，掂，再聽一聲先。Hello，大家好，歡迎大家嚟到 NetChan 談賽馬頻道嘅即場足球投注分析。嚟到嘅朋友，希望俾個 like 呢段片啦，同埋分享呢段片俾朋友睇睇，去宣傳下頻道。未撳訂閱都係撳個訂閱掣支持一下，最緊要俾個 like， 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。咁就好耐冇開呢個直播啊，主要原因都係因為非常繁忙嘅工作。咁不過今日咧，終於抽到時間，因為聽日啲馬咧又度晒啦。今日比較勤力，一早度定。咁聽日啲馬又度晒，咁就有時間開始直播啦。首先同大家，有時應該都有機會雙邊投注嘅，不過我哋就攞個10點鐘嘅博洛尼亞嚟做一個起點先啦，跟住睇下11點有冇睇下咩馬，又有賓福特對利物浦，咁到時11點咪睇賓福特利物浦上半場同埋博洛尼亞蒙沙嘅下半場咁樣啦，咁樣就咁樣玩落去啦。今日就係大約係咁樣啦，主力就睇蒙沙對博洛尼亞對蒙沙同埋賓福特對利物浦啦，我估計啊。不過主要嚟講都係睇下有咩場次有商機，咁我哋就買邊場嘅呢啲，我哋要靈活走位㗎嘛。今日嚟到嘅朋友，希望俾個 like 呢段片啦，同埋分享呢段片俾朋友睇睇，去宣傳下頻道。未撳訂閱都撳個訂閱掣支持一下，最緊要俾個 like， 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。嚟到嘅朋友都喺留言板度揮揮手，做個好朋友，或者留言板度整啲 emoji， 心心啊、笑臉啊、拍下手掌啊，都係非常之好。咁咁講嗰陣先翻到嘅朋友，記住 live 直播中紅圓點。林建明你好，話啱啱吃飽飯喎，吃咗啲咩啊？林建明今日林建明吃咗啲乜？好而家都準備開定呢個直播連結先，應該都去語言揾一揾先。意甲好，見到啦。Hello Jackie 你好，係啊，近排非常之忙碌，所以終於有時間開，同埋讀埋聽日啲馬啦，已經搞掂好晒。所有嘢安頓好晒，就可以開直播啦。梁冚通你好，澤西哥你好，話羊腩煲喎，喺嗰啲大排檔定係邊度食羊腩煲？澤西哥近排有冇咩旅行大計？成日話我啲 audio 有問題，我試一試開下聲先，試一試開。
необходимостью дать Скорубскому, основному голкиперу, небольшой отдых. Вот стартовый состав хозяев. И посмотрим, как себя проявит аргентинца. Сантьяго Кастро набрал 4 очка в том кубковом матче против Монцы. Сделал 3 голевые передачи и забил сам. Castro забил.
嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊，佐敦文嘅好似幾出名。
Болонья обыграла Монцу со счетом 2-1.
負數中。你係邊度得到負數啊？足球定係咩？即場足球定係讓球盤？近排多蒙特好勁喎，不過好似啱啱上次輸咗俾利華古遜，係咪輸俾利華古遜比賽？明天介紹2串1 win pay， 咁我咪你問我買我2隻 NetChat 馬膽咯。明天2隻 NetChat 馬膽係呢個第3場嘅超易穩，同埋第8場嘅。
怎麼的？你可以撐到年後嗎？夠他媽像啊，老鐵！按照這數據來，不是按照這業績來講的話，別說年後了，我月底都夠嗆了。我看怎麼個事兒啊？這個叫什麼來着？波羅肯定。
呢個壓低佢啲聲。
咱先暫且不管這個。咱先暂且这比赛不管怎么打，反正我防了一手，我感觉啊，我个人凭感觉来讲的话，蒙扎这场比赛应该是有一个球的，所以来说呢，九里奇回到首发，丘里亚和马尔蒂尼，这比赛有一定的希望。这个没有不进球的道理啊。
我諗計點樣？沒有不進球的道理，我都幾勁。我而家嘗試教背景音樂，再同大家講下聽日二串有邊飛。壓底佢嘅聲線。太恐怖啊！語言嗰啲真係冇辦法。哇！嗰啲聲我都頂唔住啊，都係唔好開你啲聲。哇！我自己令到我自己心煩意亂啊！我都同大家傾唔到嘢，咁唔好開佢啲聲住先。好，開波。心煩意亂啊！我聽到佢嗰啲聲我都。好，嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊！舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你。
呢個身穿着，
哇！嚇死我，唔好意思大家。頭先因為我 refresh 咧，佢又彈出嚟啲聲。好，播落嚟啊，左邊。講翻二槍邊 play 先啊，聽日第三場net 槍馬打係第三場。超易穩同埋第八場嘅標資銀河，咁你咪可以買二串嗰邊 play 試一試啦 ，Kiki。咁如果你未睇 net 槍馬膽嘅咧，記住喺 net 槍頻道嗰邊揀 net 槍馬膽。咁嗰度都詳細解釋咗呢兩隻馬㗎啦。好，播落嚟啊！希望大家今日勇於打賞，因為咧好耐冇開直播啦。中咗嗰陣時勇於打賞㗎，千祈唔好怕醜，歡迎大家轉數快二維碼或者支付寶二維碼支持一下，或者 YouTube Super Chat 支持一下嘅。睇下博落嚟個陣容先。都有呢個杜明基斯喎，左邊30號阿根廷球員幾好波嘅，杜明基斯。卡斯道馬道力，點解咁嘅動力出？卡斯道，卡斯道係咪都阿根廷？好似都係，兩個都係阿根廷球員。前面繼續係博利亞，都係兩個阿根廷嘅進攻球員啊。正中方係9號嘅卡斯道，左前場係30號嘅杜明基斯，兩個都有啲料到。好，蒙沙左邊，蒙沙繼續，長翻嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊！舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你。準備轉教練。近排啲波真係好難玩。咁啊，即場我哋攞翻啲利潤先咧，唉。頭先嗰場真係好傷感啊，真係林天明真係。嗰場唔知你話利雲特巴達隆拿對馬德里體育會女足，即係唔知點解可以俾人，即係其實咧真係應該要，我都有立下，因為咁啱揾到條 link 咁啊，一路度緊馬一路睇。其實即係點都應該要贏2-1或者3-1嗰場，唔知點解咧，就係贏唔到，即係領先一球都俾人踢翻球嗰啲，唉好鬼慘！即係高半班波至一班波咁，上馬德里體育會女足嗰場，真係冇辦法，相當傷感可以話。紐卡素嗰場落後緊1-2，咦仲有時間喎？而家嗰個幾多個啊？啱啱有角咗。紐卡素落後緊1-2，啱啱角數，係咪應該玩完紐卡素先嚟？佢落後緊1-2幾好玩喎，好似。好，播我哋喺呢邊撳上嚟。嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊！舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。哇！蒙沙而家唔知幾多打幾啊！哇！又俾得靚喎，蒙沙入唔入啊？1-0，咁啊好睇啦。咁唔使去紐卡素啦，好似精彩。蒙沙精彩，精彩呢個。光年魅力，驚過一檔咯！光年魅力，搞到塞死點算啊？精彩蒙沙入波，咁啊好玩啊！呢場波突然間咧，相當好玩啊！我覺得呢場波將會1-0咗，0-1啊！直過嚟講，相當精彩啊！ 大家可以繼續留喺佛羅尼亞對蒙沙，我覺得。嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 呢段片啦，同埋分享呢段片俾啲朋友睇睇，佢宣傳下頻道。未撳訂閱都係撳個訂閱掣支持一下，最緊要俾個 like， 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。
胖胖給你這個胖胖給你。
好，再開波啦！過嚟啊！嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。及緊博落嚟啊！呢場啦。暫時仲係好未興奮住，博羅尼亞都暫時未興奮住。博羅尼亞繼續前面，嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。哇！不斷落飛嘅國大，咁我哋落下先啦。澤西哥近排剪頭髮有冇加價？澤西哥，定係維持咗價格差唔多？因為咧，我留意到好多呢個嗰啲快剪嗰啲咧，而家喺度慢慢侵蝕緊啲消費者加價。我2年前剪快剪都仲係68蚊定70蚊，而家係同一間剪已經係85蚊。你話佢係咪開始大家養成咗快剪嘅習慣咧？佢哋開始加價，跟住咩嗰個 QB House 又係加價，我又唔係去 QB House 減價零錢，快剪加價我話俾你聽，你有冇去睇下市場？我剪嗰間由68呢年幾2年已經加到85。繼續觀察緊博洛尼亞，等待適當嘅時機攻擊馬會。蒙沙，咦？冇事。蒙沙繼續左邊。喂，冇事。加球裝前場蒙沙。 波落嚟啊，左邊。咦，割咗喎，頂！一腳。龍門球好似，咦，捉低咗佢喎。入波叫馬甸尼，唔知呢個係咪馬甸尼嘅仔？蒙沙入波叫馬甸尼，大家可以翻查一知呢個係咪馬甸尼嘅仔？意大利名宿馬甸尼嗰個仔。喂，咁都冇。咦，呢場有啲商機咯喎，開始。嚟到嘅朋友希望俾個 like 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你。商機開始出現。喂，哦，好似。
啥？你在雨燕的地位都能播巴萨了？哎呀，我操了！你整死我吧！哎呦我的妈呀！你真气人呐！直播间的所有朋友们啊，有想跟主播一起玩球、聊球、买球的兄弟们啊，有买球需求的，想玩球的啊，这个想跟上主播出盘、跟上主播重注的啊，喜欢这个跟主播一起玩的啊，觉得主播这边还可以的兄弟们，可以来加上咱们的管理来进群了啊，下载一下66聊天软件啊，网址是66chat.co，下载好之后呢，
啊，我應該用另一個數。應該用另一個播呢個，算唔搞，諗住有另一個試試，搏嚟啊！10點鐘。比賽14分鐘這樣的一個時間，博洛尼亞在半場比賽的現在目前的控球率呢佔了65%啊，兩腳打門一次射正都沒有。但是蒙扎這邊呢，目前是處於一個這個聯賽倒數的一個位置。但這場比賽呢，馬爾蒂尼在比賽的第4分鐘啊，這個目前已經是打開了這個博洛尼亞的大門。那這比賽肯定是有意思的啊！35%這樣的控球率，1
个方向我是希望它稳住啊，半场比赛可以捏它一把，不着急，不着慌。博伦尼亚下半场比赛，你给我稳稳当当就完事儿。哎呀，累死我了！我叨叨了14分钟，哥们儿没停。对，我这玩意儿都清楚。
開 TV 又好，唉，算啦，不過開 TV 平。唔知有冇英文評述嘅開 TV？開 TV app 有個，不過未必有英文評述。
想跟主播一起玩的朋友们呢，下载66聊天软件，添加咱们的管理员进群就可以了啊。这比赛毋庸置疑啊，嘎嘎也嘎。
我試試佢有冇英文評述先開 TV。
这比赛可以来说是毋庸置疑，嘎嘎也嘎死啊。老坐着也不行，可以趴着。你这话让你说的，我还趴着，老铁，我跪着呗。来，你跟神经病一样。欢迎球盲哥啊，欢迎整点，欢迎直播间的朋友们。这两天这一轮比赛，包括上一轮比赛结束啊，这个意甲，我觉得咱们这个方向都是依旧之稳定，还可以吧。就喜欢大地骚鸡，滚犊子吧，谁骚？我可一点都不骚。
Receiving treatments on
呢節目，咁搞掂。
momentarily down to 10.
咁我唔鬼聽㗎。
Loose ball from Orsolini. Fantastic challenge by Miranda. Trivia still down. Bologna continue with the attack. Dominguez. This is Odegaard back to Dominguez. This is where the danger will lie for Monza this afternoon. Benjamin Dominguez has been scintillating form. Hasn't quite got the goals and assists to really back it up. His performances are really outstanding. The gem seems to be. Ball now the Argentine. Lukumi. This is Posh. Ferguson back on the field. That a Scotsman can't shake off.
Testing. Okay,啲聲音 OK。
Side seeing lots of the ball in the last 10 minutes, but yet to force that team to a save. And Miranda's put his cross from the far side, closest to Bologna with done. Odegaard, nice chest down. Odegaard. Also with the block, Dominguez. Issue play here from the Feltine. This is Ferguson. Salini. Getting it on the near side. Here is Riccardo Orsolini. Both sets of players claiming the decision their way. It did look to come off Maldini. Yeah, it did in fact. Well, the question will be, how can Bologna get their two-star men into the game? We haven't seen an awful lot of Orsolini and Castro. Castro, layoff for his compatriot Dominguez, who goes down too theatrically for Maurizio Mariani's liking. Freuler, Odgaard.
西維爾1比1
He's an
Patrick 啊
out-and-out striker, but he's enjoying life as a number 10. Carboni tussling with Freuler.
嗯。
Berkman wins it back. Odgaard. This is Dominguez. Bologna keeping the ball patiently, keeping Monza working.
左邊波
There's an
落，
Argentinian starlet once again to Castro.
左邊
Passes
波
all
落嚟
racking
啊！
up for the home side as we pass the 20-minute mark. Ball into the centre. Odgaard. That was a nice touch. Orsolini.
Orsolini 右邊，
To his right foot, he's dug out across to that.
接
He
受。
comes to claim.
好
That's good defending from Jean
係有
Gagnon.
商機嘅呢
Keeping
場賽事，
Orsolini on that right
有
foot.
商機。
He's a talented player, of course, no matter which foot he's using, but he's so lethal with the left. Pro forcing him on the right. It was a decent enough cross, but he came out to claim.
骨頭波落嚟啊！後半場。 澤西哥，你個名咁型咧，我建議你去買呢個謝霆鋒體育園嘅演唱會飛，啱你一睇就知啦。你有啲你個名有啲不羈嘅性格，應該非常適合睇謝霆鋒嘅演唱會。今場睇緊差唔多啦，準備出手啦。我哋冷靜少少先。我諗住我哋嚟個頭威頭勢啊嘛，咁耐冇開，跟住咧大家中咗之後就轉數快二維碼支持一下，或者支付寶二維碼支持一下，或者 YouTube Super Chat 支持一下啊嘛。所以而家等緊機會。Orsolini 右邊，左腳跳出嚟，哇！入波1比1 ，Castro 啊，精彩！1比1。
Orsolini with the assist, Castro with the goal, and just like he did in the reverse fixture, Santiago Castro nets against Monza. World-class delivery from the right-hand side from Riccardo Orsolini. All it needed was the faintest of headers, and that's what was applied by this young Argentine future superstar, Santiago Castro.
Future superstar 唔使咁誇張啊 ！Castro future superstar 正先，又未去到咁誇張。阿林 Kim 近排生意如何？係咪呢個近排即係好似係香港嘅經濟咧？早嗰一輪有兩三四個禮拜股市暢旺啲咧，興奮啲之外咧，呢排又好似沉寂下，真係沉寂。仲有千億財赤，成個市道都好似麻麻地咁而家。過嚟啊！右邊右位。
He's got Odgaard in the centre, Castro forward too. He's brought down, that's the first yellow card of the game. After a very convincing opening 15 minutes from Akpro, struggling to deal with the talismanic Riccardo Orsolini.
紐卡素竟然輸波，近排勢頭唔錯，咁條紐卡素。
Following Alexis Salamaca's opener for Roma, the Bologna came out fighting and they turned the game around in the space of 10 minutes. It's taken a little longer to get back on terms in this one here. Do not be surprised to see the net bulging for a second time. Because Bologna, when they really need to, when they want to, they can get forward with such fluidity, as we're seeing. Now they've got a chance to test Turati from this set piece. Orsolini goes for goal. That's a good block. Referee immediately waves away the protests for a handball. Risky ball, that one from Ravalia, and Kosh wins the free kick.
唔係入波，驚有12碼啫，佢哋馬會。
Well, with that goal, Santiago Castro becomes the second youngest player in Europe's top 5 leagues to contribute to 10 goals this season. The youngest, anyone out there guessing?
哇，好難買喎呢場，追成1-1就冇咁興奮喎。
Company that Santiago Castro has almost suddenly found himself in. He's almost appeared from nowhere with his first goal for Bologna at the back end of last season against Juventus. Goal which helped secure their Champions League status for this season. He's been heavily linked with a move to Inter in recent weeks. Of course, the comparisons between himself and Lautaro Martinez are there for all to see. Agba Akpro. How will Monza react after being set back? They started the game really well, so positively. They are coming up against one of Serie A's most talented outfits in Bologna.
Nice
touch from Bianco. Maldini coming deep. This is where he can create problems. Agba Akpro. Good spell of possession for Monza. Kyriakopoulos beats the press. Juric. Good idea from Bondo, but the execution wasn't quite there.
1-4添啊，般尼茅夫，唔係係咪？係啊，般尼茅夫咁鬼勁。哇！追成1-1又冇乜商機喎，暫時上半場。
Another statistic to tell you after that goal. Riccardo Orsolini, of course, providing the assist. No Italian player has contributed to more goals than Orsolini since the start of last season. He's now on 14, level with Matteo Retegui of Atalanta. Good touch from Castro.
唯有我哋按耐住情緒先，再觀察下先。追成咗1-1，個商機減少咗。其他賽事又冇乜特別住，10點唔緊要啦，11點同時進行幾場賽事咧，可能有商機。不過而家呢場繼續及緊呢場先，唔好亂咁出手。
Lukumi. After a frantic first 20 minutes or so of the game, calming down, the two sides now figured out one another. It's rather a surprise, I should say, to see Monza being deployed in a 4-4-2 formation with Maldini.
咁多仔先翻嚟嘅朋友，記住 live 直播中紅圓點，感謝。
I'm sure the Bologna coaching staff would have expected Maldini just to sit behind Juric. 4-2-3-1 formation that Pochetti has preferred since coming to the club. That's the way they played against Fiorentina last time out. So disappointing from a Brianzoli point of view that they can stay in front for longer, really frustrate these home fans. Orsolini. This time it's Kyriakopoulos' turn to marshal the number 7. Floats it towards Dominguez. Miranda. Freuler. Dominguez has made a great run. Here he is, the Argentine. Dominguez on the right foot. Always looking to shoot. Odegaard does well.
做到幾時收爐？未計算喎。好難説嘅喎，我嗰啲隨時突然間有嘢彈出嚟喎，暫時冇咁確定嘅日子。我嗰啲比較靈活少少，可能有啲突然間彈出嚟，未清楚咗。莫非林天明，你已經有晒時間表？喂，冇事，繼續左邊喎。林天明首飾天空有冇中啊？你係首飾大王嚟嘅嘛都係首飾天空有冇中？有罰球啊
Really soft foul there from Dominguez on D'Ambrosio. Complete mismatch in terms of pace. 36-year-old veteran defender does enough. I'm sure we'd be seeing Samuele Birindelli starting at right back for Monza if he was fit, but as we alluded to at the beginning of the match, Monza are suffering something of a defensive crisis at the moment with Pedro Pereira suspended. Birindelli, of course, out. Calderola too. Pablo Mari was a doubt whether he'd be fit enough and hasn't travelled with the squad.
明白。
Colo Postiglione, the young defender, the only recognised defender amongst the substitutes for Monza. So it's up to those down there on the pitch to try and see out these wave after waves of Bologna attacks. Ferguson. Berkema on the outside. Salvatore Bocchetti screaming for a foul on the touchline. He goes for it now. Castro, Dominguez in space. This is dangerous. Odegaard.
哇！靚波真係，真係靚波。2-1，反級上半場已經。哇！12-13先攞嚟咁，天明。咁你呢段日子通常有咩打發時間啊？其實即係射嗰腳當然靚啦，其實組織上去呢兩下咧都係傳得好啱嘅，所以所有嘅選擇都係傳得好好。
And it's all smiles now for the Rossoblù.
我覺得今場都係會幾多入波。 我釣下魚喎。冧天兵講完係你又，喂釣完會唔會食嘅咧自己？你應該租架大船出去釣嗰啲勁。
Solini too quick for Kyriakopoulos.
Yellow
card. Orsolini is causing havoc down Monza's left-hand side. First, Akpa Akpro, the left midfielder, booked, and now the left-back, Georgios Kyriakopoulos.
全場入球帶4.55，2.22倍，跳上一下買100蚊。全場入球帶4.55，2.22倍，跳上一下買100蚊。全場入球帶4.55，2.22倍，跳上一下買100蚊。嚟嘅朋友記住俾個 like， 舉手之勞多多幫忙，感謝你們。馬會嘅操盤手嚟到嘅都要俾個 like。馬會操盤手撳住咗4.55入球帶2.22倍，跳上一下買100蚊。4.55 2.22倍入球帶跳上一下買100蚊。仲係2.22倍，馬會操盤手撳得好實。馬會操盤手打緊俾老細，老細話唔得閒。哇！爭啲入波。4.5 2.22倍，跳上一下買100蚊。馬會操盤手撳得好實，撳得好實，馬會操盤手。馬會操盤手嚟到都俾個 like 啊！喂，真係撳實咗啊！馬會操盤手喂，大佬，仲係2.22，講到口臭啊，仲係2.22。咦 ？hold hold 先，有球員受傷 ，hold hold 先，各位 ，hold hold 有球員受傷 ，hold hold 先，唔使買住 ，hold hold 先。hold hold 先啊！有球員受傷 ，hold hold 先，唔使買住。
It is one area of the pitch in which Monza do have a pretty stacked bench in terms of players who can.
馬會操盤手撳啲嘢撳得好實啊！而家。咦？喂，冇咗個盤喎，我盤冇咗喎，得翻4.5啫喎。咁啊，等多陣先。4.5都有啊？唔係啊嘛？4.5都有啊！真係好。咁啊，咁我轉4.5啊，1.63倍，跳上一下買20蚊啊，唔係200蚊啊。4.5 1.63啊，跳上一下買200蚊。4.5 1.63，跳上一下買200蚊。馬會操盤手撳住咗。馬會操盤手打俾老細，老細未得閒聽電話。4.5入球大1.63倍，跳上一下買200蚊，仲係1.63倍。4.5 1.63倍，跳上一下買200蚊。馬會操盤手用全身洪荒之力壓住咗佢1.63，仲係1.63。4.5 1.63，跳上一下買200蚊，全場入球4.5大1.63倍，跳上一下買200蚊，仲係1.63喎喂。
Switching the system too for Bologna with Akpa Akpro going into the centre of the park and Vignato playing as the left midfielder.
還是1.63。
Dominguez.
他還是1.63。
Just over 5 minutes to go till the half-time break.
講到我口乾都唔講。1.63跳上係咪200蚊啊？大家？
Challenge from Ferguson.
我因為驚到入埋波佢都未跳上去嘅，唉。
Still going Orsolini.
哦，角球。
Just can't contain him. This is Miranda. Odegaard in the centre.
冇角球。1.63。因為馬會真係好鬼淆底㗎，都冇角球都要封。好，1.7，近200蚊。4.5個入球帶1.7，200蚊。 成交，博洛尼亞4.5入球帶，1.7倍200蚊，寫低佢先。1.7倍200蚊。 嚟到朋友，希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。揀撳廣告仔先，翻嚟嘅朋友記住 live 直播中紅圓點，感謝。蒙沙左邊，蒙沙左邊，喂，蒙沙左邊。 蒙沙，嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。嚟到嘅朋友都可以揮揮手，做個好朋友。現在我手持博洛尼亞呢場入球4.5大1.7倍200蚊。
Bianco as the two centre midfielders who haven't played together. So, of course, Bianco on loan from Fiorentina, Akpro joining on loan from Lazio. Time for them to strike up a partnership, thrown into the mix. Here is Bianco. Loose pass from Maldini to Ferguson for a Monza throw-in. Vignato, lovely touch. Push getting close to the Italian. Maldini wriggles away from Ferguson.
Ooh.
Push too strong for Monza's number 14. All of Monza's last 6 games have finished with the scoreline of 2-1. We hope that there's still more goals to come in this one, of course. Still hope for Bologna, or for Monza, I should say, of all 20 Serie A sides. No team has lost more points from winning positions as Bologna. 11 points they've lost, including 2 last week here at home to Roma. Ahead, of course, against Hellas Verona in their last home game before the Roma match, losing 3-2 to Verona. Tommaso Pobega, who was sent off in that game, is back from suspension and takes his place on the substitutes bench. I wonder whether we'll see clips of him in the second half. 30 seconds left of the first half, plus whatever referee Mariani decides to add on. That's not too much in the way of stoppages. That injury to Warren Bondo, a significant stoppage in play.
Minutes at the
end of the first half. Juric still playing his part, trying to hold the ball up, trying to bring in these talented Monza attackers into play. Alvini and Churia. Great touch from Castro. One back by Odgaard, Ferguson, onto Dominguez, Benjamin Dominguez. He got down so quickly, the Monza stopper, and that is a fucking save.
呢個黃牌啊，爭啲入波。
Yellow card for Santiago Castro, preventing the counter-attack. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Juric onto Maldini. Risky ball back. Picks up at the back. Valia is out to clear the ball away at the expense of a Monza throw-in. Pieces of miscommunication there. First of all, Ferguson with his goalkeeper, and then Dominguez with a very loose ball back. You can understand the frustration for Vincenzo Italiano, who's furious down there on the Bologna bench. It's given Monza a chance late on in this half to level things up. Left it towards Juric, away by Miranda. Now then, Dominguez on the break. He's quick, Dominguez, but struggled to get away from Patrick Churia, that's for sure. Dominguez, Odgaard, keeping the ball nicely. Still going, Odgaard, Heil driving his way through this Monza defence. Odgaard.
Gorko.
Into the last 15 seconds of the first half. Lukumi underneath it. Surati is forced into a stop.
爭啲入波呀！
Header from Berkema. Right
近
at the end
門
of the first
頂
half.
俾龍門接實網沙。上半場完結。
Well, the referee blows for half-time.
喂，差少少啊，真係。
Scintillating and absorbing first
差
45.
少少，差少少。上半場都可能入多球爭啲。買入球大係絕對係都係一個正確決定，因為兩隊波都幾中意攻啊。咁啊，希望下半場有入球啊。咁啊，上半場暫時2-1，買咗4.5入球大，200蚊。好，而家大家我播住音樂先，10分鐘後翻到嚟再傾過。
side. They did take the lead, the Brianzoli, early on through Daniel Maldini, but a response, a barricade of goals, a barrage of goals coming in the second half, particularly late on from Castro and Odgaard have turned this game around, and it is Bologna who lead by 2 goals to 1. We did see the Netherlands striker Thijs Dallinger warming up during the interval. Remains to be seen whether he will be entering the fray, and for who, presumably Santiago Castro, but we'll bring you confirmation when we know. It is, as we expected, Santiago Castro who makes way, and who became the first Bologna player under the age of 21 to score 6 goals in a single season since Roberto Mancini in 1982.
入波功臣被換出喎，竟然卡斯特。
Scored in the last home game here against Roma.
好，下半場準備開始，嚟到朋友記住俾個 like， 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。
He's got 45 minutes here against a Monza side who really need to take some risks in this second half if they're going to claw their way back into contention. We're underway in the second half between Bologna and Monza. No changes to tell you about from a Monza point of view. Such an injury-ravaged squad at the moment that there's not too many options on the bench for Salvatore Bocchetti. Should even want to make some changes. They lost Warren Bondo in the first half to injury. Samuele Vignato came on in his place. He's been switched over to the left-hand side with this man, Akpa Akpro, slotting into centre mid alongside Alessandro Bianco. Still a job to do, of course, in the second half for Bologna. Professionalism needed, that's for sure. Monza can be a dangerous side. They proved that in their last game against Fiorentina. Since Salvatore Bocchetti's come to the club, they've been really competitive. In fact, in the 2 losses to Parma and Cagliari, of course, when you look on paper, sides who were fighting down there with them at the bottom of Serie A, they were disappointing results, but they were competitive in those games. You expect the likes of Caprari, potentially Petagna too, to be coming off the bench at some points in this second half. So still work to do here for the Rossoblu. Lead sides have already met twice this season, of course, in the reverse fixture, which Bologna won, of course, 2 goals to 1. Bologna also beat them 4-0 at the Renato Dall'Ara in the Coppa Italia last 16 back in December 2024. Goals from Pobega, Orsolini, Dominguez and Castro completing the route. Very much changed Monza side that night. Miranda. Dominguez. Well kept in by Freuler. He thought he kept it in, but the referee's assistant on the near side saw it in a different light. Juric to Maldini. And Monza get Patrick Ciuria more involved. It was his assist early on that led to the Maldini goal. Foul on Akpa Akpro.
Monza 前場不夠。
Maldini, away by Odgaard. Foot race between Berkema and Bianco. Looked to come off Bianco last. The referee thought so too. Well, important for Vincenzo Italiano perhaps in this second half to give some players a breather. We've got a big game coming up on Tuesday here at home against Borussia Dortmund, one of genuine heavyweights of European football. Last season's finalists, of course, losing out to Real Madrid heartbreakingly. They've then got 2 away games after that, one against Empoli next weekend, and then it's back in the Champions League. Away in Lisbon, they face Sporting. Some really tough games coming up. It's not any easier for their counterparts this afternoon. Monza, they go away to Genoa, who, despite that 3-1 loss to Roma last night, Patrick Vieira's been doing a scintillating job, a really, really good job down there in Liguria, organising the defence particularly. They did ship 3 goals, which was the first time in his tenure they've shipped more than a goal in a single match. They've been so hard to beat, so hard to break down. That'll be a tough test for Monza. It's coming up next weekend. Huge clash at the U-Power Stadium against Barcelona. Real relegation 6 points to that one.
Mang ra tam rồi, mang跌。喂
Ferguson, the referee has spotted something. There was an initial foul from Bianco. He tugged back the Scots, and perhaps a flailing arm has just hit Bianco in the face. The referee took a long time to come to a decision. Let's have another look at it here. He knew exactly what he was doing there, the Bologna captain. He was moving an elbow. Perhaps frustrated that the referee hadn't halted play and awarded a yellow card for Bianco. Bologna coach Italiano having some choice words with the 4th official down there on the near side touchline. Well, both players escaping without receiving a yellow card. I think they can both consider themselves lucky. So gets things going for Monza. Juric. It's a foul from Berkema. Monza's game plan was to unsettle this Bologna side in the second half, particularly the support around this grand stadium. Then they've done that efficiently, effectively. Monza in the ascendancy. They've got a chance here, away by Berkema. Still getting very niggly down there.
哇！而家呢場波不斷犯規。 應該係要買細嘅，但係細咧就好，而家係勁細啊！嗰啲盤開到咧，細到無倫啊啲盤，買國細都冇味啊！所以暫時唔買住。狂罰球咧就細啊，而家狂犯規啊！而家睇下會唔會有咩改變？不斷犯規，不斷吹foul啊！而家開始兩隊開始foul得多，又犯規啦！1分鐘1個犯規咁滯。
Dallinger. Nice turn from the Dutchman. Orsolini. Odgaard.
Whoa.
Orsolini will always look to go alone here on his left foot. Orsolini lets fly. Blocked by Carboni. Izzo misses the ball. This is Odgaard.
喂，又控得咁鬼死靚嘅杜明基斯啦，黐線！真係呢阿根廷球員都係唔改善。前面卡斯道換走咗杜明基斯用喺度。
Spanish speakers on the left-hand side of the pitch for Bologna, of course, Lucumi, Miranda, Dominguez, Castro, who was withdrawn. Vignato. Seen an awful lot of the youngster since his introduction halfway through the first half. He came on for Bondo. The Frenchman went down clutching his right thigh. Nice touch from Bianco. Here is Vignato. Finally a chance for him to test Posh.
Monza 有路，繼續有路，雙過嚟。
Churic in the centre, so to Vignato. Churia digs out the cross. Away by Posh.
出界。
As far as Bianco.
呢場波都係有商機，有商機，不過要等一等。
Alessandro Bianco coming up against the coach who gave him his Serie A
我馬會落咗飛嘅，佢國球大落咗飛。
Cinzo Italiano, of course, enjoyed 2 successful seasons in charge of the Viola.
頭先得翻4.5、5.5、6.5啊，而家有出翻5.5、5.7點，一堆人落咗飛國球。
So many positive steps that he took in Florence, but just couldn't quite get them over the line. Narrowly lost out to a Coppa Italia final as well during his tenure to Inter.
Monza，仲有得去。
Well intercepted there by D'Ambrosio. Akbar Akbro stays on his feet. It's good advantage shown by the referee.
咁樣不斷將俾動力喎，前面嗰個高大球員。
Easy for Ravaglia. Once again, a good idea shown from the youngster. Milan Djuric always a threat when the ball's crossed in, but the service needs to be a little bit better. Bologna with a much more direct approach in this second half, with Thijs Dallinger leading the line as opposed to Santiago Castro. Here is Dallinger. Understandably, we haven't seen the same urgency from the Rosso Blu in this second half, protecting the 1-goal advantage.
哇，又有喎！哇，真係都幾好波博嚟，真係幾靚。
Fantastic play from Bologna.
哇，你又好嘢啫！即係有啲料到。 奧加特又爭啲想一個快腳射門入網，不過散通入。
Well, we mentioned that they've got a tough test against Borussia Dortmund coming up on Tuesday night here at home. Their UEFA Champions League form has been disappointing. Bologna, 2 points from 6 games. Losses to Liverpool, Aston Villa, Monaco and Lille. Draws to Shakhtar Donetsk and Benfica. Odgaard. This is Freuler. Never seems to give the ball away, Remo Freuler. Didn't quite work out for him at Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, but you ask any Atalanta fan, he's one of their favourite players that they've had in the Giampiero Gasparini era. He's proving his worth here with Bologna. Ferguson. Now Dominguez. Dallinger comes short. It's a dangerous challenge, judged to be a dangerous challenge from the referee, Mariani. He certainly got the ball, but the follow through with the stud showing. It's a free kick. Probably one of those that 10 to 15 years ago it wouldn't have been a foul, but the rules of the game ever changing.
有咁講個掣先，翻嚟嘅朋友記住 live 直播中紅圓點，感謝你們。
Well, apart from the first half substitution in which Bocchetti was forced to make, Bondo leaving the field for Vignato, he's yet to turn to the likes of Gianluca Caprari.
都唔錯，喂，哇！咁樣開都冇事喎。
That's a dangerous challenge from Miranda.
使唔使 VAR 睇睇啊？喂，大佬。
Well, the referee not interested in awarding a penalty kick, but Monza can feel slightly.
其實真係推喎，而家係即係咁樣身體碰撞都幾鬆喎。崩開佢直情喺10月喺個禁區度。
An hour gone at the Renato Dall'Ara. Bologna still holding on to that slender one-goal advantage, the advantage they earned in the first half through goals from Castro and Odegaard after Daniel Maldini had given Monza an early lead.
放落嚟喺右邊撳出嚟，頭槌頂，主邊傷緊。唉，即係入唔到波就慘。上半場其實尾段有2個入波機會，依球都幾好機會。近門一頂，主邊批深少少入到啊！
Been prolific since arriving in Emilia-Romagna. He scored for fun over the last 2 seasons for Toulouse in Liga. Only 2 goals this season in the league.
喂，蒙沙轉邊都可以喎。哎呀，不過呢口我都急嘅。加拿大。誒，掟得靚，道力不過攞得咗。個後撐俾道力個波，後撐得幾靚，加嗰個球。 呢場波係有商機啦，開始。
So key for Monza to have Milan Juric back fit in their fight to avoid the drop. He's scored goals everywhere he's been in Italy. Starting off at Salernitana, he then went north to Hellas Verona, now plying his trade with Monza. Since his arrival here with the Brianzoli, no player at the club has scored more goals than he has, 8 goals to be precise. Foul there from Armando Izzo. Escapes a booking. There's a mix-up here. Well, Sam Berkhammer will be a relieved man, just dwindling on the ball, and Daniel Maldini almost nipped it off his heels. Freuler. Orsolini. We've seen far less of Bologna's number 7 in this second half. Kopolos, Vignato keeping tabs on the man who can be the difference maker. It was he who assisted Santiago Castro for the equalising goal. Wonderful, wonderful cross from his wing. Miranda. Back to Ferguson. Test in patience this for all those in red and blue. Danandoy and Karalampus Likoyanis being prepared for Bologna.
No fight now.
Odegaard with the foul. Stoppage in play might give Bologna the chance to make their substitutions. Juan Miranda coming off and Likoyanis, as expected, coming on for the remainder here. Big game, of course, on Tuesday that I'm sure Miranda will be starting. And a rest for Benjamin Dominguez, another decent performance from him. A player really coming into his own in Serie A. And it will be Danandoy, who is 6 without a goal in Serie A, so he'll be looking to put that right here in the 25 minutes that remain.
30號杜文基斯我哋換走。
Juric. Here's Maldini. Looking challenge from Freuler. Now Churia. Testing Likoyanis for pace.
喂，唉，蒙西個球員真係慘，博洛尼亞甩咗，但係佢故意不對。蒙沙繼續，蒙沙射門炒飛機。
This is Maldini. Maldini wriggled clear of the 2 challenges. Couldn't quite apply the finishing touch from distance. Just loves those positions, Maldini. Did really well, actually, to shift it back onto his stronger right foot. The small but certainly loud and colourful Monza contingent who've made their way down from Lombardia this afternoon, still making themselves heard. Monza will need their support in the 20-odd minutes that remain. Kevin Martin's being prepared for Monza. Young player who's broken through into the first team this season. And his debut for the club in the Coppa Italia against Brescia in the round of 32. Son of ex-Inter striker Obafemi Martins, of course. Here goes Danandoy. Odegaard in acres of space. Ndoy looking to make an impact from the bench. Odegaard.
喂，入唔入啊？搞掂。3-1，仲差一球。入波。
But give him the chance and he will score. He's in the form of his life. And he might just have won all 3 points for Bologna.
有冇機會啦？入多球就有盈利啦。嚟到朋友，希望俾個 like， 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。我哋而家就入球4個入波啊，拍個4個手掌先。第4球 ，Goal number 4， 第4球。 Yes， 仲有商機嘅呢場波，還有商機的。
Turati might have even got a touch to the ball when there was too much on it for the Monza stopper, and relief for Vincenzo Italiano. This is Bologna side are on course for their first win in 3 at home here.
Martin 還有商機的呢場波。
Two substitutes coming on for Monza. Kevin Martins, of course, as we previously said, but Gianluca Caprari too, Milan Djuric,
Wow.
and Georgios Kyriakopoulos, the men to make way. Maldini. There's a touch there from Lukumi. Not much in the way of a protest.
3.5 各大 1.85 倍，跳上一下買100蚊。3.5 各大 1.85 倍，跳上一下買100蚊。3.5 個大 1.85 倍，跳上一下買100蚊。3.5 個大 1.85 倍，跳上一下買100蚊。好， 1.91 倍，打撳先， 1.91 倍。3.5 個大 1.91 倍，100蚊，撳緊。3.5 個大 1.91 倍，100蚊，撳緊。成交。3.5 個大 1.91 倍，100蚊。打撳廣告，撳一撳。大過1.91 倍，100蚊。嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞多多幫忙，感謝你們。而家手持博洛尼亞呢場波嘅入球，大過4.4.5 1.7 倍200蚊啦，同埋3.5各大 1.91 倍100蚊嘅。打撳廣告就係翻嚟嘅朋友，記住 live 直播中紅碟，感謝你。
Beautiful first-time ball from Orsolini, well intercepted by Izzo. Well, it's so tough when you're scrapping down there at the foot of the table. Nothing seems to be going your way. We've referenced on numerous occasions so far in this match Monza's injury list that's just piling up for them. Still unsure when Matteo Pessina will be back, their captain and midfield general.
有前進加去球波嘅。
They've been busy in the transfer market. Monza, they signed Stefan Lekovic, the Serbia under-21 international from Red Star Belgrade. That's a loan with a view to make it permanent at the end of the season, depending on how many appearances he makes.
Wow.
Posh with the long throw into Odgaard. Well defended by Izzo. Well, he may not be to everyone's taste, Armando Izzo, but certainly a valuable member of this Monza back line. The duel between Bianco and Ferguson continues, and it's the Scots who wins the free kick. Just over 15 minutes to play here in Bologna. Home sides leading by 3 goals to 1. Riccardo Orsolini's goal, really the insurance goal between the two sides.
有罰球。
Roma overtook Bologna in the Serie A table last night with their win over Genoa. Bologna started this game in 9th, but providing they see out this scoreline at the moment and see out this game. They'll go above Fiorentina and above Milan and Roma, up to 6th momentarily. Of course, Milan playing a mouth-watering clash coming up after this one. Away to Juve, what a fantastic match that will be. Two genuine heavyweights of European football. Two sides looking to really mix it up with those at the top, the likes of Napoli, Inter and Atalanta. No foul, says referee Mariani. On we play. Maldini out to Martins. Martins looking to test this Bologna back line. Just a heavy touch there from the young Italian. He does qualify to play for Nigeria through his father, of course. It's believed that he's desired to play for Italy, the country of his birth, the country in which he grew up. On your screen at the moment are the candidates for your Panini Player of the Match. Orsolini, Odgaard, Berkema and Maldini. It's difficult to look past Riccardo Orsolini, to be honest, with the assist and the goal. But his general play has been absolutely outstanding. Maldini continuously picking up the ball in these kinds of areas, looking to make something happen. There's not much in the way of support, particularly ahead of him. Akpa Akpro gets the right side of Freuler. Caprari. How Monza need their number 10 at the moment.
Wow.
Akpa Akpro stayed down for the Brianzoli. Ravaglia comes to claim. That's commanding goalkeeping. He hasn't seen an awful lot of first-team football.
Let's see it.
Let's have another look at Orsolini's goal, the third one for Bologna. Fantastic cross from the left-hand side from Liko Giannis. Was missed by all in white, and Orsolini sneaking in unannounced at the back post. Velvet first touch, and then a finish to match. 3 goals of real quality this afternoon from the home side. Joey Saputo watching on. The Bologna chairman will be a happy man. Lorenzo De Silvestri and Giovanni Fabian will be entering the fray shortly. As will Stefano Sensi, a player whose career has been plagued with injuries. Such a talented footballer, Sensi. Very sad story of the last few years. Never really worked out for him at Inter. Dallinger wins a free kick for Bologna. Standing ovation for the Dane, Jens Odgaard. Another selfless performance He added a fantastically well-taken goal in the first half to edge Bologna in front. Stefan Posch is the other man to make way. And it is Fabian and De Silvestri to come on. We're trying to see out the 3 points for Bologna in the 10 minutes that remain. Forsen, the young Englishman, coming on. Danilo D'Ambrosio making way along with Akbar Akpro.
我前場交球波落嚟。
Likogiannis, another teasing delivery. Fabian conceding the foul. Fabian making his 50th appearance for Bologna in all competitions. First touch for Forsen. Great endeavour shown by the youngster. They signed from Manchester United on a free transfer at the beginning of the season. Martins. Caprari. This is Vignato. Shuria has come out to the left-hand side of midfield for Monza. You'd imagine the away side need a goal in the next 5 minutes if they're going to make a game of this. It's been a controlled and measured performance in this second half from Bologna. They've not forced the ball, they've not forced the issue. Played some patient stuff. Another goal, a third goal of real quality. The difference between the two sides, Forsen in an offside position.
Yeah,
Well, barring that early Daniel Maldini goal, it's been a bit of a limp performance from the away side. They've really struggled to recapture that form they showed against Fiorentina at home last week. Apart from a couple of crosses that Ravaglia has come to gather, I can't remember him being forced into anything.
No, it's but
a save. Let's see if they can create something in the 7.5 minutes that remain. Dallinga. Toe-to-toe with Izzo, but experienced defender doing enough against the Dutchman. Here is Ravaglia. They really needed this, Bologna. It's been a tough few games. A satisfying week, of course, when you consider 2 valuable points picked up against Roma and Inter, but they could have gotten so much more from those 2 games. Last away game, away at San Siro, which they played really well against a strong Simone Inzaghi Inter side.
又有罰球。
Seem to have put their woes behind them, the woes that saw them lose 3-2 at home here to Hellas Verona for the turn of the year. Difficult that one for Ravaglia. Nice touch from the keeper. Monza struggling to get on the ball. This has turned almost into a training ground exercise for Bologna in the latter stages. 5 to go. Doi dispossessed by Martins. This is Sensi. Well, of course, it must be stated that Monza's season isn't going to be decided by matches such as this, away trips to sides currently in the UEFA Champions League, but it's disappointing from them that they couldn't build on that Fiorentina result. They haven't shown really anything in this second half. You would have thought set pieces would have been instrumental for them, trying to get the defenders up from the back. Milan Djuric, of course, always a threat from set pieces. Corners and free kicks just haven't happened really this afternoon for Monza.
而家球證喺度令到一個進攻暫停咗，咁都唔俾得益。三角 corner three 第三腳三角 yes
switch it around a little bit in terms of players that he's brought in over the last couple of weeks. The games have been coming thick and fast. We've only got 3 days to prepare for the game against Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday.
喂，四角 corner four 第四腳四角 yes 收錢。今晚成績頭先嗰球一係入一係角球啊，咁結果佢俾我哋整咗球入波先，暫時升。嚇，中暑啊？唔係啊，中暑內暑啊，陰公啊，唉呀！跟住又唉呀，爭啲入埋啊！爭啲入埋啊！今場使輸，暫時如果唔入波就輸9蚊。頭先如果入埋發咗達啊，真係陰公啊！陰公啊！有買到3.5個大嘅朋友揮揮手，做個好朋友。有誰人買咗3.5個大嘅可以揮揮手，做個好朋友。咁錢滿就當然買咗啦。如果冇入波就輸9蚊，入波咧就發達。 睇下仲有幾分鐘時間如何啦。補時都唔補得多，我諗頂籠4分鐘，3至4分鐘㗎啦。意大利嗰啲咧補好少。而家 WNH 都買咗，恭喜恭喜！
It's not always easy defending against somebody as direct and physical as Milan Djuric. You've also had to deal with the trickery of Daniel Maltini and the pace of Patrick Giuria. Here is Giuria, now Forsen. Surely any goal now for Monza would just be a consolation. Izzo.
保持4分鐘。
Bianco. 4 minutes of time to be added on by the referee Mariani. Caprari, time to turn.
Hey. 真係我真係等佢唔定。
toe-to-toe with Ndoi. Swiss international does enough.
蒙沙嗰啲真係搞佢。
It's been a tough few weeks for Dan Ndoi. You wouldn't say that he's lost his place. He still started in the 2 games against Roma and Inter over the last 7 days. But the emergence of Benjamin Dominguez, and obviously Riccardo Orsolini in the form of his life, is finding it difficult on the Bologna wing. Hasn't scored in 6 games, of course. After this game, that'll be 7.
喂，跌到好快得唔得喺度？哇！冇 foul 啊，唔好搶，冇 foul 㗎，喂大佬！
With a foul there on Carboni. Orsolini can afford to smile about it with the scoreline 3-1 deep into injury time. Did look to be a clear foul. Forsen giving chase, putting Ravaglia under pressure. The crowd enjoyed that one.
哇！
Giuria.
哇！又係自己斬出嚟龍門截殺。喂，唔知幾多球蒙沙咧係毫無目的咁樣啄入啊！龍門輕鬆接晒，印象中已經3球，毫無威脅嘅掉入禁區，龍門係輕易接，一啲難度都冇啊！即係蒙沙冇啲球員喺嗰啲位嗰度喎，完全。
To score goals if they don't have strikers up there looking to latch on to those kinds of balls. It was well played from Giuria, who beat his man for pace and put in a decent ball. Of course, the quicker Monza can get back Dani Motta into the fold, more likely they'll be at scoring. He's been their top scorer so far this season with 4 goals. Of course, Kyriakopoulos, Djuric, Caprari and Maldini have chipped in too. Foul from Dallinga. Credit to Daniel Maldini. He scored that early goal and he's been a thorn in the side of this Bologna defence all game long. Just hasn't been Monza's day. No matter what happens to Monza this season, I'm sure Maldini will have a fantastic future, that's for sure.
上半場仲有俾得益嘅喎，下半場完全係幾球唔俾得益嘅喎，黐咗線呢個球，亂嚟啲執法咁唔一致嘅。呢個球證係上半場推得好好喎，俾啲得益，下半場完全冇俾得益嘅幾球咯，推題。 好，完場。今日輸9蚊，相當傷感，輸9蚊。下次再同大家一齊贏過。今日喺個再遇歸來，輸9蚊，希望下次幫到大家贏錢。下次再傾過，多謝大家，拜拜。